Hello, you awesome friends, and good evening and happy Monday. Welcome to my next live webinar, Creating Your Profitable 2017 Marketing Plan. And this one is all about your next generation of high value clients. It's an absolute pleasure having you all along. Welcome to tonight's live webinar experience. And just to give you some context, the date is the 28th of November, 2016. So I'm doing this webinar actually to last a while. I'll be showing this to a lot of potential and awesome clients to come, and I invite you to really listen and pay attention to what's going on tonight, because what's really important about this live webinar is that this is about you setting up your next year of success. Or if you're listening to this in 2017, you're setting up for this year of success and all the coming ones forward. So it's an absolute pleasure having you tonight. Now, what is a marketing plan and the power of it? I want to talk about the power of it, and we're actually going to build a marketing plan together tonight with all of you. Now, the point of a marketing plan, the power of it, is it allows you to plan ahead and determine what you require. Turn stress into productivity, and here's the big one actually. It increases your probability of reaching your revenue and / money targets. Now, interestingly, I had a few really good meetings with some new friends today. And we actually spoke, in 2 meetings, I actually spoke to them about abundance thinking, about visualization, and all those sort of techniques. It's all right for me to talk about mindset and visualization, abundance thinking, but ultimately, you need a pragmatic, realistic plan to help achieve that. And what I'm basically getting at is this. You don't want to go to next year or go to the next month and then just, like Han Solo, fly off the seat of your pants trying to figure out what to do next. It's not like that. You want to build a really good plan so in advance you can get everything set up. The other important part of a marketing plan is so you can discuss it with other people. If you've got staff, I encourage you getting your staff involved. If it's, let's say, husband, wife, that sort of thing, it's great to show other people because it gets them enrolled in your vision. And also, it's everyone thinks this for years, right? From Branson to the key academics, planning is a powerful thing. Now, it is my passion to help you get more clients, increase your revenue, and get more time for what you love. And planning is a perfect topic to talk about that. Absolutely, I am here to help you. I'm here to help you become madly successful. And if you like what you hear, you can hire me if you haven't already. Now, we've got a lot of people on the line tonight. I know a few of you, some of you I haven't met yet. I just want to say hello. My name is Edward Zier. Please feel free to add me on Facebook, LinkedIn, check out my page. I've generated over 100 million Australian dollars for my clients over the years. I've worked with thousands of people. I've helped many people go from 0 to 6 figures in less than 12 months. Postgraduate marketing from Monash University, fellow certified practicing marketer, and I'm an ex-military / Fed. Now, what's important actually about all this is that I also hit new events every week. So I know that I can get dated very quickly. So I'm going out usually at least 2 to 3 events a week, keeping my knowledge as powerful and current as possible. Also as well, if you want a copy of these slides, the recording will be coming out tomorrow, but you can almost email it to me as well. And I'd love to send it to you. So there's my email address there, edward@excellenceabove.com.au. So if you want a copy of the slides or you want to you need a hand from me, please send it through to me. Also as well, like I always mention, this is general educational advice only. Please don't listen to one thing I've said and go spend $100,000 and lose it all. Please talk to me first, just so it's all good. Now, diving right into the content and talking about a marketing plan from a strategic point of view. The first thing that I want to talk to you about, and this is one of the key premises of a lot of our thinking. When it comes to you getting a client, it takes time to get clients. And a plan helps you consider that from a pragmatic viewpoint. So in other words, you don't just meet people and they don't hire you immediately. There is their own educational process that they go through. People start off as interested. Then over time, if they choose to like you, they become fans. Then after a while of becoming a fan, they might become a customer, which means they've actually given you money to buy your services. And then they become an advocate, which means they're a customer of yours, they love you, and they refer all their friends to you. Now, the reason why I'm pointing this out is that each of us, based on our business, this takes a different length of time. For me, roughly in my businesses can be a 3 to 6 month process. So for outside of the odd referral, which signs up instantly, most people meet me, they've known me for at least 6 months, sometimes 3 months, and it takes them a while to get through it. Now, the whole point of a good marketing plan is you're aware of how you must speak to people, how people actually speak to you, and how long it takes for them to become clients. So it's very good to keep that in mind. Also as well, friends, if you have any questions live on the webinar, please just type them into the box. I'd love to answer them. Also as well, if you're listening to the recording, please just send me an email or give me a call or whatever. The next part I want to point out and show you actually is the importance of placing the customer first. Now, this does go without saying, but I encourage you, spend some time, stop the recording when you get it, and actually read through it. And this is from 1955, obviously from Caltex, and they've got some great information there. A customer is a person who brings you their wants. It's your job to handle them profitably to them and yourself. And that's what it's about. Customers bring you their issues, their wants. It's your job to solve them in a way that's great for them and profitable for you. The other key point that I always preface everything that we do, your marketing is only as good as the people who are willing to pay for it and what you do. The better quality business you have, the better quality of service that you have is the easier it is to market. So in other words, some people, none of you guys on the line, but I've had people who've got absolutely dreadful businesses. They put no thought into it. And equally, I've got people who've got amazing business. In fact, I want to give a shout out to the awesome Rod Sanchez, who's got an amazing business. It's Rod Sanchez. Feel free to Rod Sanchez, acupuncturist. He's got an amazing clinic, got some great stuff, does great quality. And in his case, it's actually easy to market him because he's got a great business and a great reputation. So it's something important to think about. The other point as well, especially when it comes to effective marketing, is abundance thinking. Now, abundance thinking is basically having an achievement, growth, and I will win despite my current circumstances mindset. And it is very important because ultimately your marketing is a reflection of what is going on inside your head. If you've got issues or you don't like your business, it will come out in your marketing. So it's having the right abundance mindset and mentality to achieve results. Very important. Now, let's get into planning in particular and actually get to the mechanics. Now, just giving you a bit of background, where marketing planning and business planning actually originally came out was from the world's earliest military. So a lot of strategic planning came from early warfare, which was the idea of one side attacking another or one side defending against another and having all the moves in advance. So in other words, if I send a bunch of cavalry over the river and then they've got archers that attack my cavalry, but then I've got catapults and I flatten them, I win the game. It's basically thinking ahead. So in military thinking, that evolved the science of actually thinking ahead. And then later on that translated into business. So what it really is about, it's about thinking ahead, thinking of the possible situations that can confront you and having solutions in advance. So you're not just thinking a week ahead, making paltry sort of moves. You're actually well planned and you know what's coming up ahead. The other important part of all this as well is that a strong marketing plan looks beyond the surface. In other words, it's all right for me to sit there and say, oh, use Facebook or oh, use LinkedIn, do some email marketing, oh, go networking. It's all right for me just to reel that off, right? But ultimately, you need a plan which goes beneath the surface and actually addresses the key issues because you want to make sure, let's just talk 2017, or let's say the next month if you're listening to this in 2017. You want to make sure that your business is set up in advance. And that could be serious. You might want to buy, let's say, a website that costs you a couple grand. You want to do a stack of printing. You might want to hire staff or whatever. Money's got to come from that. You need a budget for that. So it's great to be as planned and as thinking as possible. And the benefit of this is that with better planning, your marketing will become more powerful, which means you get more high-value, profitable clients. And here are some key other strategic considerations I want to go through. And then I'm actually going to go through an old version of my template. Just let you know, if you want to copy the template, please just email me. I'm just putting my email in there now. So if you want to copy the template, you can just email me and I can send it through to you. I'll also make sure that it's downloadable with a recording as well, because a lot of people will be listening to this. So these are some key strategic considerations I want you to start thinking about. Then I'm going to go through actually one of my older plans, one of my older examples, just sort of go through it. Where do you want to be business-wise 1 year from now? What do you do? Why are you great at it? How do you go about it? What ideas do you have? What are the opportunities you need to go after? And what challenges / negative impacts are you facing? How much would you like to earn? And what is the level of speed, focus, and time pressure you have to achieve this? I actually like the last point. I want to spend a bit of time just talking through the last point. I was having this conversation in one of my meetings today, had a lot of meetings today, which went really well. When it comes to speed, focus, and time pressure, some people, this has a huge impact on your marketing plan. And if you don't have enough time, basically it comes down to this: the more you compress the time frame, the more pressure you put on yourself. And that can be good or bad. It can increase the chances of something wrong occurring, but also if it works, it brings in more money quicker, which means you grow quicker. So there's considerations there, because I can sit there and say, use Facebook, for example. But use Facebook is a very big statement. Does that mean you're using Facebook and just doing a post a day? Or does that mean you're spending $100 a day on Facebook with paid advertising? So that is an important factor too. It's not just the strategy, the platform or the strategy at a high level. It's the actual speed that you're working in. It is absolutely critical and something you really want to factor in as we work through it. Any questions? Let me know, awesome friends. Any questions? Please ask. The other key point I want to sort of go into as well are more marketing considerations. So a plan has to make financial sense. So, I'm all for abundance thinking and I'm all for visualization and all that. And it's all right to say, I'm going to make $500,000 next year or whatever, $1 million or whatever the case may be is. But it actually has to make financial sense. If you want to make $1 million next year, you have to pragmatically think about how many clients you need and what they're paying and whether your business can do that or not. So one thing that is very important, and this is the basis of a lot of the logic that I talk about, I'm all about giving you high return and low cost marketing strategies, because it's as simple as this. The less you spend and the more high value clients you get, it means lower risk to you, because if you're not spending much money and you're getting lots of high value clients, you're not risking much money. It gives you a high margin. It can be very good. No one's saying don't spend money, but I'm saying all the marketing thinking of what we start with and how we educate people all starts at the simpler fundamentals and it works our way up. So it's something very, very important that I really want you to think about. So what I'm going to do, and this is from another presentation, I don't want to spend too much time on this. Feel free to visit the Vault Library or send me an email. I can send you the last recording on this one. But there are top 10 favorite high return and low cost marketing strategies. And I'm just going to really just give a very quick overview of each of them now. But again, I want to go back to the planning, because ultimately, when it comes to building your marketing plan, you need to have a good appreciation of the suite of marketing moves out there and the main ones, because you need to know what they are so you can build them to the marketing plan. So this is another presentation, which is available, but I'm just going to give some very quick commentary to it now. Number one is our marketing edge. That is when I basically say, have a really good design and make sure your business looks the part. Number two, a compelling image and identity. You want to make sure that you not only look good, but it is built on the strength of your business. Why should people hire you over someone else? Number three is a powerful, high conversion website, because ultimately, if your website's just pretty, it won't actually work. You want a website that standalone converts traffic into clients. So you focus on sending traffic to your website, the website turns into a customer. Number four is high value business networking. I'm a big fan of the business chambers and running my own events and that type of thing. Great strategy. Number five, social media domination. I'm just talking Australia here. Top two platforms in Australia, Facebook and LinkedIn. That's where most people in Australia make all their money. Great platforms, Facebook and LinkedIn. Facebook's great for general exposure, really getting yourself out there in front of thousands of people. And what is really good, actually, is that LinkedIn is great for one-on-one relationships. Well, so is Facebook. I'm generalizing a little bit there. Email marketing, of course, big MailChimp fans. I was working with Awesome Rod on MailChimp today. Touch wood, we got it all set up correctly. We're doing lots of difficult automation. Number 7 is trusted friends and partners. Number 8 is running free events. Number 9 is public relations and speaking. That's getting yourself in the media, getting that mainstream media attention, and also speaking at events. And the final one is superior technology and lightning reflexes. So again, this is another presentation, but the thing I'm advocating here, the key point, is I want you to think in terms of high return and low cost marketing strategies. That's where it's at, and that's where you're going to get the most results. I want to give, going through the template now. Template's available to you. I want to acknowledge one of my I suppose this is my Jedi master, you would say. And a lot of my even though I'm quite different to him, he's a corporate more. A lot of my actual business and thinking and success has actually been based on my old mentor, Greg Hudson. Retired, semi-retired, been semi-retired for a long time. And he actually gave me the precursor to this plan over 15 years ago. He's on LinkedIn. This is what the handsome guy looks like. Feel free to add Greg Hudson. He's actually based in Hobart, Tasmania, and is an absolute amazing man. He even looks a bit like a Jedi there. You can imagine him with a lightsaber for sure. Now, here is the actual template. And this is what we're going to do is we're actually going to run through one of my old plans from 2015. My business has changed a lot then. The reason why I want to keep my old plan in there is it's just cool. It's just my old plan. And my old plan had a lot of meat in it. My business plan today is actually way less complex. And it's actually not that exciting. It's exciting to me, but it wouldn't be exciting to you. So I actually went back and dug up a plan from when my business was a lot crazier and there's a lot more stuff was going on. So 2015 was a lot of bumps and rumps, but it all paid out. Now, there's 3 pages to this marketing plan template. I've got the template. Don't worry, I can send it to you. Just send me an email. I'll send it to you. Page 1 has 3 sections on it. You might notice the top one is business statement, vision, and next to your goal. Basically, that is you talking about what your business stands for, what the vision is, and what your big goal is, be it financially, emotionally, or whatever. The second area is key success factors and areas to be cautious of. This is basically positive solutions for your negative issues. So everyone's got issues, everyone's got weaknesses, me included, believe it or not. I've got plenty of weaknesses, plenty of strengths too. We're all a basket of, I won't say Hillary Clinton, we're not a basket of deplorables. I'll leave politics out of it. But no, seriously, we're all a basket of strengths and weaknesses. And the idea is that our plan is accentuating our strengths and we're mitigating our weaknesses so they don't damage our performance. And mitigating basically means a behavior that we undertake that takes the edge off or eliminates a given weakness. Very important. We've got weaknesses, and it's great to be honest about your own weaknesses. And we'll talk about some of my weaknesses in a moment. And of course, tactical initiatives. And this is just basically a little bit of detail on what it's about. So that's page 1. Now I'm zooming in, business statement, vision next to your goal. Now, this is going back a little bit. I'm just going to scan through it very quickly. Edwards' ears, business and personal goals are built on strengths and successfully carve out a spot of awesomeness. What does that mean? Criticizing my own plan from a year ago because I do way better work now, of being a sales and marketing thought leader for Australian small businesses. God, that sounds awful because my plan today is just so much better. Well, it's all evolution. This is through continued excellence, providing free materials and tools, sales and marketing, online products, growth of 4 networking. This is network grouping I used to run, another story, workshops and all that sort of thing. And this is a good bit, actually. Integrity, transparency, trust, and leadership is everything. And also as well, I'm talking about working less hours and bringing in at least $6,000 a month through residual income and product sources, in addition to the rest of my business. Now, and the good thing, this bit's really good, win-win. Now, interestingly, even though I do cringe at some parts of my old plan, some of it I look at with complete admiration because it worked. It was great. So the bit I really want to highlight here, my very awesome friends, is that this is just my own example. Think through your business, how you want to play it, how you want to end up, and how you want to be completely successful. And write it down. And you know what? Just get a draft down. Don't worry. It doesn't have to be perfect. Second point, my very awesome friends, key success factors and areas to be cautious of. Now, at the time, I was using the awesome MindArc as my digital agency. And they're really good, and I had to work with them quicker. So that was an issue. Also as well, I had to make sure some of my content was getting a bit wonky, so I had to make sure it stayed on task. And also as well, I got taken advantage of a little bit in business, especially in 2013 and 2014. So I just have to be careful, just have to be open and friendly, but also watching my wallet at the same time. So think about your own issues and think about solutions to them, put in there. And this part is your tactical initiatives. Just high level still, but it talks about here basically, in my case, using premium workshops, speaking at events, and other items. Something to think about. This is the high level. This is high level. Really good. Now, page 2. Pay attention, awesome friends. This is really important. Page 2. This is actually one of my favorite pages in it. This is the 90-day action plan. So the first page is incredibly high level. The second page is more crunching it down and focusing on what activities you're going to do next and in what order. It is incredibly important that you look at this with a great deal of pragmatism. Now, you'll notice at the bottom right, there's the urgent, sort of urgent, important incoming, and nice idea one day. Basically, you have behaviors or projects that you need to do within 30 days, within 60 days, 90 days, and plus. Now, what's important is you will come up with a list of things you have to do. You're not going to do them all at once. It's not going to happen. And the idea is prioritizing and really thinking through what you have to do next in what order so you completely pull it off. So Here is just zooming up at the end of it with that little diagram in there. The actual value of this is actually what you do within 30 days and really what you do within 60 days, and you revise it every month. So in this case, within 30 days at the time, I had to get my lead pages going, which is working really well because that's how you would have opted into this webinar. Updated my sales funnel and online conversion, check. Heavier Facebook campaign, check. And update my awesome marketing vault. It's now in about version 4, but now it's working. And then I have some tasks after it. So you want to really prioritize. So yours might be, let's say you're early in the game. It might be you need new business cards, you need a new logo, you need to get your website going. Let's say if you're like the awesome Rod and you're quite established and you're, let's say, mid-level or medium storyline, it might be set up Facebook, set up automation, update your website, hire staff. The important thing is that you think about carefully where you're at and exactly what you need. It's very, very important. And this is actually one of my favorite pages, the last page. And it kind of speaks for itself. It is the KPIs and tasks. And KPI stands for Key Performance Indicator. This is basically the shopping list of what you actually, not so much the outcome. It's not like, oh, I got to get X clients per week or whatever. It's more the actual task that's done. Now, the reason why I want to make this point here is that it's all right to sit there and say, I'm going to go get 10 clients. But ultimately, we need the actual marketing activities all lined up and all in place in order to completely achieve that. Okay? So there's the two sort of different sides of it you really, really want to think about. So here, just as an example, this is what I used to do in those days. Networking events, coffee chats, blog posts. Some of it has changed and some of it is actually completely different, but it's all completely listed there. Something very, very important to think about in everything that you're doing. Pretty cool, huh? The other point that you want to put on there as well that I do really, really recommend is that it's good to have a mission for the quarter. What do you aim to achieve that quarter? What's going through your mind? What is your big flavor? What is this case? So at the time that I wrote this, is continue working premium clients, build the networking community I was running, and build my online community of sales, success, and automation. And all of them just work. So I had heaps of different information, which is what I did then. So that is the base format. Templates available. What I actually want you to do is, if you haven't already, just start writing stuff down. You can type it out, start writing it down, start thinking it through, but you really want this all done. I actually have a copy of this, my latest version that I carry around with me. It's actually stuck on the wall behind my desk. It's very important to do that because ultimately what happens is that when we're in business, we're exposed to a series of wins and losses. And what I mean is stuff happens to us which is negative and it completely throws out our game, and that can bum us out and it can throw us off track. Equally speaking, we can get a massive win. This happened to me a few months ago. I made the opposite mistake. I had a massive win, got busy with all these clients, and I slowed down my marketing. How silly is that? And of course, it bites you later on. Some great things to think about. So, think it through, start writing it down. Now, this is an important point. The plan that I've presented to you is really for internal use only. It's not built for bank approval or investor approval or everything. If, let's say, you're going on the Shark Tank, or you're going to the Dragon's Den, or you want to go to the bank and get money, or you want to get venture capitalists, this plan won't cut it. This plan is designed to be as productive as possible for the business owner as possible. If you go to business.gov.au, it's the Australian government, and it's got quite extreme business and marketing plans. Just so you know, I've written marketing plans for over 60 as in 60 pages to some big clients. I don't recommend it for small business owners because unless there's a reason for it, it's just not going to wash and give you what you want. So it's something very, very important. The other key point as well, we've got about 5 minutes left to go. Your plan is for you. Make it work for you. Now, this is just a template. I've just shared it with thousands of people. Hundreds of people have taken action on it and used this template. People love it. It's a powerful template, what I'm showing to you. But it's up to you. You may be this sort of person that it might sound weird, I'm contradicting the point of the webinar. You might think, you know what, I don't need to write it down, I can keep it all in my head. Well, if you can do that, good for you. Or you might be the person that needs to do 10 or 20 pages. That's great. Do what makes sense to you. But this 3 pages is a proven format that does very well. So I really do encourage you to stick to that. Now, I'm just going to, I'm here to get your questions. Please ask me your questions because I want to answer them right now and help you. We've got some important planning questions for you to consider. What is your goal for next year? What did you totally stuff up? What did you nail? What unexpected threats hit you? What unexpected wins came out of the woodwork? Why did this all happen? It's good to ask yourself these questions. What's happening in your industry? What are your worthy competitors up to? What have you seen your competitors stuff up? What are your favorite companies? What do your avatar clients say about you? What are you average at, and what do you totally lead and excel at? It's very important to think these questions through. The more you can think this through, the more thinking that goes into your marketing plan to get you as successful as possible. What is your ultimate high value client? Can you fairly increase your prices? A lot of people can. A lot of people are charging too cheap. You've got new technology, you've got new products. Where's the market going? And what are realistic yet stretch results you can really go after? Absolutely important. And here is a few more questions that I want you to consider. Just missed that one, pardon me. How does this fit with all your goals? Where would you like to see yourself in 1 year later? What ideas have you come up with? What new technology do you have? And do you need any personal development? Very important. Now, here is a step-by-step moves checklist to wrap things up. Make sure your business is strong and working. Spend some time working through your plan and get it right. Document everything. Test it with your professional advisors and mentors. If you're working with me, that's awesome. Please run it by me. I can give you some commentary. I can go through it. Run it through your accountant, the other people you work with. Attack your plan. Play devil's advocate. Take action with it. And as your wins and losses come in, make sure you adjust it. A few honorable mentions as well. Come up with something realistic but challenging. Make sure your plan's sustainable. Plan for problems and in fact expect them. Be sensitive to wins and always understand why something happens. So if you get a big client or lots of clients, you need to know why so you can replicate it. If you stuff something up or there's a mistake or something goes against you, you need to understand why so A, you can prevent it, or B, you can plan for it in the future. Watch for trends and take action, do it for yourself. So there you go, friends. That is basically the webinar. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back and I'm just going to give a bit of commentary to each, and then I'm going to wrap up the webinar so we're all finished on time. If you've got any questions, now is the time for you to get them through as I just make comments. So I'm just going to go over everything, and I'm just going to leave comments just as stuff comes to me. So listen up, awesome friends. Remember, it takes time to get a client. Plan it in. Always place your customer first. They matter and they're critical. Make sure that your business is strong and it's quality and it's in demand. Abundance thinking is everything. Really think through a lot of different questions. Really think through the thinking about your business and come up with a powerful plan. There are great favorite high return, low cost marketing strategies. This is another presentation, but here are some at the surface level to get you thinking. Greg Hudson, great man. I have to acknowledge him. This is the template that I use. It works just great. It's been used by hundreds. It is proven. It is brilliant. 3 pages, high level. The project plan. And then you have the weekly actions and behaviors. If you're going on a Shark Tank or for government funding, visit the Australian government website, business.gov.au. You can download a massive version. Again, if you're going for bank funding, that's the type of format you want to look at. Make the plan to suit you. Ask yourself lots of questions. Work through the checklist. And of course, I think just building on these honorable mentions, make sure the plan is going to work. Is it reasonable? Is it realistic? Will it absolutely work? So there you go. That's tonight's webinar. I'm just going to go through a few little things, take your questions, and then I'm going to finish up and wish you a great evening. So please get your questions through. Now, quickly, if you're not working with me already, I invite you to work with me. The way I can help you in this context is I can help you create your marketing strategy plan. I can work with you one-on-one. I can mentor, motivate, and inspire you. And I can also help you get your key strategies off the ground with you. It could be your website, email marketing, Facebook, LinkedIn, pitch, business networking skills. Also, as well, you can work with me one-on-one. You can hire me for my monthly mentoring packages. But the main way I recommend it actually is the Awesome Marketing Vault Mentoring Program, which is $97 a month. It gives you access to my knowledge vault as well as unlimited email access to me in a very simple way. It's really good. It's all on my website. You can check it out or send me an email or we can have a chat and we can talk about it more. I've also got some resources as well. I've got my blog, The Edward Files. That's where I'll actually be posting this recording. Make sure you join my email database if you haven't already. You can also, through my website, access Module 1 of my Awesome Marketing Vault on the house. And if you haven't already, please feel free to add me on Facebook and LinkedIn personally. So my name on Facebook is Edward Zier, and my business page is Awesome Marketing of Edward Zier. So feel free to follow it or add me personally. Of course, go premium if you haven't already. You're going to love it. Talk to me. Business growth ASAP. Make your marketing great again. And of course, as well, I just want to give a few acknowledgements. I just want to say thank you. I've used a lot of imagery from pop culture. I want to thank XCOM 2, Spock, Eric Cartman, Fallout, Vault Boy, Gordon Ramsay, The Queen, TEDx, ACMA, Donald Trump, Boom Beach, MailChimp, Jesus, my cat, the governor, Tony Abbott. I want to thank you. I want to thank everyone because I've used a lot of content from pop culture. And of course, seriously, I know I was being a bit satirical before. I want to thank you for watching this presentation. I want to thank the people live on the line tonight for coming along. And I want to thank people in the recording for listening to this. I just want to say you're awesome. I'm here to help you. Just so you know as well, there's my email address, edwardexcellenceabove.com.au. Email me. If you want to have a chat, we can speak over the phone or talk over email, whatever works for you. And you check out my website too. And by the way, the Awesome Marketing Vault totally rules and I highly recommend it. So there you go. It is 7:32. And I want to let you get back to dinner and get back to your families. There's been no questions tonight because you're such an intelligent, thoughtful crowd. No, but seriously, if you have any questions, just email me and I'd love to help you. Love your work. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. There's lots of people on here. And thank you, Rod, for letting me use you as an example. Have a great evening, everyone. The recording will be coming out. Stay awesome. Thank you. Love your work. Take action and talk to you fine people a little later. And I wish you a good evening or a great day.